Hello friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I am Fulu, also known as the Steward of the Earth, and this channel is called the Steward of the Earth. And today, I decided to sort out my purple hearts. So these are purple heart plants, by the way, Tradescantia pallida, and I wanted to sort them out. So this will just be a video talking about the purple hearts and how to take care of them, because we have a little situation going on here and also here, so I'll take you through that. So yeah, I wanted to do a quick video, and I actually hope this video will be quick, but yeah, here goes. So anyway, these are the purple heart plants, and they are a very like tough, hardy, very hard to kill, but a very tender and fragile plant. So like I've pretty much known this plant like for as long as I've lived, because I've always had it at home and seen it around. They're normally used. They're normally grown in pots, or like used as bedding for potted plants, or bedding for gardens, or for the sides of gardens and lawns and all of that, just to like grow and cover the ground or the surface, because they're a trailing, creeping plant, and they can just keep on going forever. That is why I have something to talk to you about today concerning the purple heart plants, because we can't let them continue this way. You know, sometimes we need them to like keep on growing bushier and bushier instead of long and longer, you know. So yeah, purple heart plants, I believe they're from somewhere. Most of these plants anyway, some of them are from West Africa, some of them are from like East Africa. I believe these ones are from like maybe South America, maybe Mexico, to be precise. When I'm editing this video, I'll probably put the correct info there. I don't know how it got to Nigeria, because I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, in my garden. But yeah, purple heart plants, they're very tough, hardy plants, but tender and fragile. And yeah, they're just very beautiful, because they don't look like your average plant, and they're not in flower right now. They usually have a pinkish purpley flower at the very ends, at the tips of the plants, and you know, they're very beautiful with like yellow nectar. So I believe they do attract butterflies and like hummingbirds and all of that stuff. The purple, and they come in. The purple is like comes in shades and variations of like, you know, silver, dark green. So it's like purpley, silvery, dark green. You know, so that's why I believe it's a wonderful plant. And sometimes they can even look, you know, a bit indigo as well. And because they're purple plants, they're very colored plants. They're not your average green plants. They require a lot of sunlight to maintain their color, and they require a lot of sunlight to thrive as well. And because they're sort of like in a way, when you so for now I'm going to break this off. They have like nodes, clearly indicated nodes along the stems, you know, that are marked. So that's where you snap the plants off from. I don't know if you can see it. So I'll snap it off from there, and they can easily grow from there as well. So when you snap them, their stems are like in a way like succulent. They have that succulent vibe about them, and they have this sort of sap that comes from the plant. I don't know if you can see that. It's like sticky, but anyway, I don't know how toxic it is, but so I better not put my hands in my mouth. So yeah, they're kind of succulent as well, and the leaves are just not. The texture is kind of furry, and also kind of you know, how would I put it? Let's just say semi-succulent, or a bit less than semi-succulent. So like they they they're drought tolerant and can store lot of water in the stems and their leaves, I believe, from my experience with these plants. So they don't need much water, because if you give them too much water, they will rot at the root, and that will be the end of it. So a lot of sunlight, minimal watering, but regular watering doesn't mean you shouldn't water them. So they thrive on sunlight, thrive on minimal watering. What else? They can thrive in neutral soil, really neutral sandy soil, very fertile soil, any, you know, but as long as it's like well drained and not too moist. So yeah, they're just really beautiful plants. Let me just let you have a look. Unfortunately, these ones are a bit like overgrown, overgrown, and a few weeds growing in here. Oh, so like the visitor we have here, this is peperomia lucida or something, and it's actually a weed that I don't like calling things weeds. It's actually a weed that I believe can be used as microgreens in salads. It grows everywhere, and when you taste it, it tastes sort of like fruity in a way, like have a mild fruity taste. And right now, guys, I'm going to eat it right in front of you because anytime I walk through the garden, I always eat it. So yeah, here it goes. Mm 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 wonderful. Sorry, this wasn't part of the plan. And it also has like a slight sharp peppery taste to it as well as the fruitiness. It's wonderful. This weed is wonderful. There's potential here. There's a future here, guys. So take notes. I will take notes. But anyway, so I believe I've said all I need to say about the purple heart plant. So one thing to note, there are creeping plants, or trailing plants, so they can keep on going on and on and on. Oh, wow. So if you let them just grow, especially when they're potted, they'll just keep on growing longer and longer. But if they're like maybe on the ground, they kind of like attach themselves to the ground through their roots and then use that to keep on growing forward. But if they're in a pot, there's nowhere to really like latch onto, so they just keep on growing longer. So what we should do, how to take care of a purple heart plant and not let it get this way. So I brought this one for example. So like the pot before was like quite full and probably had like 5 or 6 stems in it as the other ones did, but now we have only one because the other plants have broken off, the other plants have rotted. So you always need to kind of check these plants, even though they're also very low maintenance as well. But they're fragile, so you need to check them. So like we've got this one in here and it's just kind of dangling by a single like root, and it also has like a root, like an arrow root as well. I think it's trying to get back into the soil as well. So what you do, how to like keep a purple heart plant looking bushy. As for the one that I took off, you just I'll just plant it in here. I just use my finger and put a hole into the, ideally the soil should be moist, put a hole into the soil, and then I stick the plant in there, and I'm not done. So for example, now this is the plant that's getting too long, this one. So we just kind of, I mean, you could use a secateurs, you could use the scissors, but they're very easy to break, easy to snap. So I'll just use my hands and snap off and plant it again in here. So I'm just trying to get this one back to what it used to be before. So with your purple heart plants, you have to trim them or prune them regularly, or else they'll get too leggy or too long. And when you do that, they'll get bushier and bushier, and any trimmings you have, you can always plant them back into the soil for a much fuller plant. And the plant itself will also produce more leaves and more branches and be a much fuller plant, eventually when they get too big you probably have to transplant it into a bigger pot. So here we have, let me just do a little demonstration here just to kind of complete it. So here's one stem with like 2 branches, so I'll cut this one off. Very easy. That one was born to be cut off, and I'll plant it. You could either plant it back into this pot, or you could plant it back here. There was a time like in my house we had like these massive hourglass shaped planters with purple hearts. We've always had them. And then in the balcony, and then an electrician came to kind of fix the lights. And you know what he did? I was very young, I think I was probably like 15 or 14 then. And then instead of him to use a chair or ladder, what he did, I was so annoyed. He actually just stepped onto all the plants just to kind of reach the ceiling, and he stepped and trampled on all the plants. I was horrified. But anyway, there was nothing I could do really. He had the damage had been done. He had damaged and spoiled all the plants. But lo and behold, the plants came back to life. They had been trampled upon, but I did nothing to them. But they, they kind of sorted themselves out and kept on going, you know. Yeah, and those plants have been there even before I was born. I guarantee you. I'll hopefully I can be able to edit this video and put a picture of the purple heart plants in the hourglass shape planter in this video, you know, as a picture, you know, as a slide or whatever. Anyway, that's just one story of how like uh tough and hardy they are, even though they're very like fragile. Like at the slightest move or touch, they can easily break. That's why one just broke off easily like this. I didn't even do anything, but they're such beautiful plants, you know. Um, yeah, so I believe that's all about purple heart plant today. I don't want to talk too much and take a lot of time, and I think I'm going to end this video now because this is actually a record for my shortest video. We're on 11 minutes right now. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you learned a bit about the purple heart plants and how to take care of the plants. I'll say feed your plant like, let's say for best results, feed your plant, let's say like every 2 months, every 3 months, and if you want to stretch it out far, every 6 months. You know, also depends on how small the container or the planter is. If it's small, maybe you should feed it a bit more often because there's nowhere the plant can go within the soil to find nutrients or more soil. You know, so yeah, feed your plant every 2 to 3 months or 6 months if you like. Yeah, so thank you very much for sticking to the end, watching this video. I hope this was educative, informative, and you know, somewhat entertaining. Please like, subscribe, and share if you can, for more content like this. So I'll try my best to bring you more content like this, more informative, educative, and entertaining content. So thank you very much. Stay blessed.